My name's Stephen McKinnell. I'm Head of Energy Management for the Bloomsbury Heat and Power Consortium, which consists of 5 colleges under the University of London. My role is to look after the CHP district heating contract, but also to do energy management for 3 of the smaller colleges. We're here in SOAS, which is the School of Oriental and African Studies, which is one of the colleges that I look after. And they have around 5,000 students from 133 countries around the world. The Brunei Gallery itself is about 2,500 square metres, and it's a mixed-use building with teaching, big lecture theatre, conference facilities and a gallery which houses loan and permanent collections. Well, the gallery was built in 1995 and had a trend building management system installed as part of the build, but it hadn't really been looked at for a while, so I started here in 2009 and that's when we started looking at it in depth. When I came to work here in SOAS, it was the worst rated building we had under our decks as a G, which was proving it was pretty poor in its energy use. And as it's a high profile building with a lot of external visitors, it was a priority to try and address this and get this improved. Well, the first thing we did was to carry out an energy audit of the building to look at all of the services and the equipment on site to get an idea of what was going on. And that revealed that the chilled water plant was on its last legs. In fact, one of the 2 chillers had been cannibalised to keep one of the other ones going, so it was in a pretty bad state. And that also revealed that the controls hadn't been looked at for a long time, so there was some scope to make some savings there. Well, we looked at bringing Trend in to do an energy audit of the control systems, and that looked at altering some of the settings that had been put into place, but also to look at the equipment and upgrade controllers, that kind of thing. Well, I think the fastest term return on investment was actually the Trend energy audit, because it was carried out. There was adjustments made on the day which paid for the audit itself. And then the subsequent measures that came after that, such as variable speed drives on our air handling plant and the new chillers, have really made a difference to the energy consumption of the building. Well, I think the main thing is perhaps not to get too hung up about sub-metering and how you're going to measure the savings. If you know a building isn't operating properly and the decorating proved this one wasn't, then there's a case to be made to just get on and make some changes straight away. If you've got the metering, that's great, you can back up the savings, but quite often you can make those anyway and show it from the main meters. Well, I think the main thing is not to assume that because you've got one, it's working effectively. As we found in this case, there are many improvements we could make, such as introducing night cooling, ensuring all the plant is demand-led, and these not only have saved a lot of energy, but have improved the conditions within the building itself. Well, I think the main thing is the successful aspect to this work was the collaboration we had between the curator, the estates team, and the staff coming on site to carry out the work. The support of those made sure everyone was happy with the changes we were making, and we've had a very successful project. Well, as mentioned before, the building was a G rated on the decks. That's now improved to C rating, and we've reduced our electricity use by about 20% and gas by over 50%.